Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're Mums and Melanin. My name's Takoni.
My name is Takumba.
I'm Ayola.
And I'm Debbie.
Please press subscribe now.
Yes.
We need 500 subscribers. Show us some love, guys. So today we're talking about a topic that I've been listening to and hearing on social media platforms, on YouTube, about financial abortions and whether men should be allowed to take a financial abortion. And what they talk about, when they say that, they talk about, obviously, a woman, when she doesn't want to have a child, she'll take all the precautions and not to have the baby. So obviously, contraception's there, morning after, having an abortion, are her options, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Whereas a man doesn't really have an option if he doesn't want to have a child. So can he turn around and say, actually, I'm not having no input, I don't want to put no money down for, this child, I'm not, basically,
Hands off.
Don't at me.
Should they be allowed to?
His option is to keep his child zipped up.
Okay, but then what's the option? But then as females as well,
you have options. What about if the woman doesn't want to? Let's say she doesn't want to have an abortion at all. That's not her thing.
But then you're having a child with a man that doesn't want to have a child.
I don't want to have that baby. And even if the man wants it, there are cases where women will say, actually, it's my body, my choice, right? So then they can say, I don't want to have this baby, I'm not having this baby, I'm not ready for this baby, whatever the case may be. Cool. Flip the script now. The man says, okay, yeah, I know we're in this position, but I'm not ready for a child. I don't want to have a child now. That woman can't turn around and say, okay, fine. She can turn around and say, it's my body, my choice. I'll have this child without you.
Yeah.
But even saying, I'll have this child without you, when does that... It's very rare that happens, because now that child is in this world, she can just turn around and say, I'm putting you on child support. Yeah. And she'll get the money from the man that said categorically, I don't want this child. So in answer to the question, I feel like if it's okay for the goose, it should be fine for the gander as well. That's my opinion.
Yeah, to me it's a no. I think the problem is things happen way before someone gets pregnant. There's precautions you take. You can't just leave it. You can't just leave it to a girl to family plan for the both of you. Do you understand? But you as a man, your sperm, your future children, your legacy, your future is also in your hands. So you have to decide whether you want to leave it up to her to decide. Because literally, if you don't use protection, you're leaving it up to the girl to decide what happens to your sperm. Yeah. That's why Drake puts hot sauce in the condoms. Yeah. Because he's not leaving it up to no one.
After the fact.
Yeah, sure, you got a prostitute pregnant. Yeah. You learn. If you don't want to hear, you feel. Do you understand? So if you don't want to take precautions, then you greenlit her to make whatever choice you want to make. You can be upset or whatever, but you gave her that sperm. You left it inside of her to do what she wanted to do.
But giving that example of the hot sauce in that's going too like it's going far to prevent her having a baby or getting pregnant or whatever. Yeah. But some women actually trap men. Obviously we hear it. It happens. Where the man not, and then later on they're asking for money. Why are you not looking after your kid? Why are you not here? Why are you not there?
But again, I feel like if you're a man and you have a future, I said all these things to protect.
Yeah.
You can't just leave it. Why are you leaving it? Guys, I'm leaving things to women. Why are you leaving it to her? You don't know from Adam. You can't trust her.
That he did protect himself. Like you're saying, Drake puts hot sauce in the condom because the girls be taking the condom, taking the protector base stuff. All right, so let's put that scenario.
That's so mad. Sorry.
It's necessary. She's got something to protect.
100%.
So in the event that this woman has now, done the sneaky deaky and taken the condom, taken sperm, has now come back like, hey, I got your baby.
That's mad though.
It happened. It stays happening.
It does happen.
I remember watching the game. It happened to Derwin and Melanin.
That's what happened. Would you say a man should?
Yeah. Does he still
No, to me, I saw like my sons, for instance, like that's still your child.
It is just
whether it's with the girl or not, should be half of your DNA. Yeah, that's still your legacy. That's still your child. So even if you don't want them, they're still walking around a part of you. So even if you cut off the money, wouldn't you want to have some input into how that person is raised or what they become?
Pause. I think explain the financial abortion. Is it that what is it?
No money, you cut them off.
Give them any money.
Yeah, but they're still walking around. They're not dead.
Or you pay them and then you have no input.
No, you don't pay.
No, I thought you don't pay nothing.
I thought you could pay them money and then you financial abortion.
Yeah,
you're bought financially.
So for definition, in case nobody was quite following us here.
Like me, and you thought that you pay them and then you have no input.
No,
and actually withholding that money, saying no, actually, I don't want this child.
So I'm not financially putting in.
I don't know if my opinion really changes, to be fair, but continue. I'm listening. I'm going. Sorry.
Yeah. So for me, like, there's still that person walking around as half your DNA. There's still you. They don't disappear. Like, at least abortion, the person's not like in this like
but the fact that the woman has that decision.
Yeah.
If a man wants a child, a man might really want this child. But the woman's like, actually, I'm looking at my career, looking at my education, looking at all these things. I don't want to have.
But he can have another child. This like that lady's child is never gonna go away. It's always half of Mr. Frank walking around. He's not disappearing, but literally, obviously, this person has an abortion and that child's disappeared. Like, they can have another one. Obviously, it's not the same. It's not ideal, but it's a possibility. That child will always be around. They're not going nowhere. This it's just my opinion. I am. Don't get it twisted. I get it. Do you understand? And I think like it's obviously like I guess men want something in it. Do you understand? I get it. But
and if women are fighting for equality and the rest of it is
but then this is
when it comes to children,
but they put that on us. Who were the powers that be that let contraception be just for women? They left it to be the woman's responsibility. Should be childbearing. It's up to you. Right now they're testing men's contraceptive. So maybe in the future men will have more methods. But right now, all you have is condom, and if you have something to protect, you have to guard that condom with everything, boy.
I think I agree with Tokumbo. It does seem quite extreme.
Yeah.
But I do agree, and I just think if you're gonna have sex, you need to know there's a risk. Like, anything can happen. If the risk comes, you have to face it because you're willing to do it. And it comes back down to that at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, you weren't forced.
We're always very quick as women to kind of blame the man. Like, your first instance is actually he should know what to do. He should wear a condom. He should protect wherever. But actually, we actually need to be responsible partly for who we're sleeping with.
Definitely.
Having children with. And if there's a possibility that you're going to get pregnant, you need to assess whether this person is even that. I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. Not trapping him and then saying, oh, actually, it's not.
But it happens though. I heard of one recently. The guy was just casually end up pregnant, and then he's like, "You're gonna," and she's like, "No." She's like, I'm in my mid-30s. I don't have any children. Like, I've got a stable career. Actually, this is my shot. this is the perfect accident. Like, if the fate has aligned, actually, this is it. And now they're together.
Oh, they're
not together.
Someone made up a love story in their head. She made up a beautiful.
In this co-parenting.
Okay.
That's it. Because what are you going to do? He can't deny his child.
People say denying their kids, babe.
It's not good.
It's not 2022. It's not good. It's very, very
disgusting. It's disgusting.
Because only the child suffers.
Exactly.
My thought process is, even in the first instance, if you do this whole like financial abortion and you're like, I don't want any parts of it, eventually you're gonna.
Sorry, is this terminology a known terminology? I really don't even like. Is it me? Like, I'm really. Is that?
That's how they call it.
Wow.
That's what it's called.
Financial abortion.
Yeah. All right, babe, go on. Sorry. It's it's irking me every time everyone says it. Go on.
I feel.
No, you're tape. That's rewinding. What's going on?
Because I don't know how to formulate the thoughts that are in my brain. But I guess what I can say is, when you're doing the deed with somebody, my thoughts are you trust this person enough to have sex with them. But I guess in this day,
that's not always the case.
I know. I guess in this day and age, it is what it is. But if you have the mindset of me, like, it's not just everyone and anybody. So the person that you're laying down with, like, okay, like, I'm giving myself to you, like, you're in some sort of something. So the hope is that if a situation was to occur, accidentally or on purpose, whatever the situation is, that a conversation could be had and like an agreement because I just don't know what that financial abortion could look like. So that's why for me, on one head I'm like, I can get an abortion, you can't tell me anything, that's fine. So that's why I'm like, actually, if he doesn't want the child, why am I going to be forcing this child into this world, knowing that it's going to be from a broken family? Like, there's so many things like that's why it needs to be a conversation. We can't just like it's my body, my choice, all of that. I get it, but at the same time, me too has choice. You both consented to do the deed, so both need to consent to
having the baby.
But if both are set in their ways, she really wants, he doesn't want.
But this is the reason why the conversation needs to be had beforehand. So it's having that conversation whether, okay, are you going to have children or whatever. I guess
people don't know. People meet in the club and that same night.
This guy's an antidote, but it does happen.
And then things happen. Accidents.
This is why I say, if you do the deed, there's a risk that's attached to it, and you just have to be willing to. Because the truth is, neither party might be mentally prepared to have a child in that moment, and it comes to, oh my God, here we are. Do you know what I mean? It just happens though that women, obviously, because we're the ones who harbour the child in terms of when they grow and all the rest of it, that's why it's like, oh, do you not? But essentially, if you do the deed, this is part of the coincidence, the consequences that can come as part of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, like you said, make sure it's a responsible person, someone who's kind of got their head screwed on, like all the rest of it. But you might have people who
wants it as well. Like if they don't want a child, then you need to think about.
I don't know. I just feel like if you want your child and the other person doesn't, you just have to find a way to supply for your child.
Oh yeah, you need to be prepared to
You have to be prepared.
Be prepared to not have them around. And if one day they turn around and come back, great. But if they don't, you're gonna have to just find a way to make it work for the both of you.
This is it. But I don't think people actually think like that. Later on in life, they start to feel the effects of not having the dad around or whatever.
But sometimes it's also because the child is asking, "Where's my dad?" Do you know what I mean?
Hold on. When you're saying you should be prepared and let them not raise their kids, or be prepared.
Are you saying be prepared and put them on child support?
No, it's their child.
So you put them on child support?
Yeah, well, not me, but the person is their child. You have the same DNA. Go and do blood testing. You want to check?
But he said
you don't want it.
Yeah, then you shouldn't have been doing the deed. This is what I'm saying.
But the baby's here. Accidents happen.
Here we are.
HIV. But they have sex on the HIV positive and they catch it. It happens.
Fine.
No, but
Mistakes happen.
So what if the girl says, I don't want this child? What if the guy really wants the child, but the girl doesn't?
Oh, that's terrible. Don't get it twisted. It's not nice.
So then what? And she has the abortion.
Exactly. She has
It's still the same thing. Well, there now? The guy can say, actually, I want to take you to court for, I don't know, whatever.
But you just don't harm.
But no, but does he? If he,
but it's sad.
So
but in that way, I said you can have another.
If you're doing the deed, be prepared. If you're a girl, I'm not gonna lie. Me, you people know I'm already. You know me. I'm not for abortions. I'm not really for it. I'm not gonna lie. So topic for another day. But so if you're doing the deed, both male and female, and if it comes to it, baby boy, baby girl, get tissue, wipe your eye, and continue on. This is where we are now. Last.
Child support. I feel like sound effects.
What's happening? What's happening now?
I feel like the child support part is just the twist of the knife. Because how am I gonna like in my
Twist
head,
of what?
Wait. In my head, the scenario is I'm begging, please. I don't want to have this child. Please, I'm begging, I don't want to have this child.
But the girl wants to have the child.
Okay.
And you have sex with her with the possibility that she could get pregnant.
Let's say, for example, the condom ripped.
Yeah, it's an accident.
So you're taking every precaution, the condom ripped. You're begging them.
At that point, you do have an option as a woman for the morning after.
But wait, I'm saying as a man,
we have so many chances not to have a child. You know, it's mad when you
Please.
think about it.
Please, I don't want to have this child. I'm not ready. I don't need this in my life right now. Please. I have a bright future ahead of me. Please. No, I want a baby.
But question: some people don't for their own beliefs.
What's going on?
Basically, some people, let's say they don't want to have an abortion.
Yeah.
They've never had one. They don't ever want to. They don't want to, right? They're not interested in any contraception. They're not the only one they want. No, the only one they want is condom.
Okay.
And they've agreed with this guy. Condom is what it is. Condom breaks. She gets pregnant.
Okay.
Like basically, I'm just saying you can't force people to do what's not in their heart to do. Do you understand?
So then, wait. Pause. Please, wait.
You can't put the pin in their mouth. You can't.
So then, you said this with your mouth.
Yeah. No, you can't force the raise. He may not raise the kids, but he has to give us the money.
Why can you force people to do
That's his DNA. That's his DNA. By law, he has to go. We know the law. The law of this country. That's why they child support.
Where's the law that says you just said you can't force somebody to do what they want to do, but at the same breath, come on, give me money for the child you didn't want.
It's the law. Move somewhere else where they don't have child support then.
His law.
Move to Nigeria. But no, if you want to go around doing that, go and get people go to Nigeria. Then you can decide whether to look after them or not. Simple.
I don't know. I just feel like
No, it's mad. It's mad.
It is mad, and I get what Takoni's saying, because Takoni said that you still have an opportunity after an accident, like the condom, splitting or whatever, for you to go and get the morning after. There's opportunities, but there are people who bleed, so don't know they're pregnant. Their period comes. There are rare kind of spaces or circumstances that you wouldn't know. But if it comes down to it, and you can't afford to look after this child by yourself, because children are not cheap. Let's be totally honest, right? And you can't afford it. You may even try for a bit. Maybe you try for the first year and you realize that, bruh, this thing is not working for me. The truth is, it would be good if the female and the male, even if you don't want to be involved, they can reach a medium outside of the court to say, this is what I can afford. Because obviously when you go to court, it's kind of put on you. It's a lot different. They work on like percent or whatever. I don't know. It's a lot more like strict, if you like. You can say, do you know what? This is the kid. If you don't want to be involved, fine. But what can you do? Let's try and work it out. If they can at least be reasonable.
Your dad says no.
Fine. Then there's just one form to fill out, guys. I'm just ourselves. Do you want me to tell me fill out the form?
Behind him. You mean just?
I came in front. He didn't want.
But how? I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're as a male, right? your girlfriend or whoever's pregnant for you, and you didn't quite plan it. Let's be honest. Pregnancies and children, they affect women's careers much more. You're still that businessman that you want to be. You're still going to get that promotion. You take off the
problem. I think it's the type, especially if it's a female, that they wouldn't necessarily see themselves settle it down. That's when there's more likely to be a problem.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're a decent person, really, you should be willing to put money towards your child, even if you're not with that person.
No, but she's saying the person
was like a one night stand.
Yeah, one night stand. That's gonna go from Adam.
Yeah, but you went to any higgy, and any higgy became a child. That's what I'm saying. So still, my stance is your child is still your child. Yeah. It's not that child's fault that you went to any higgy. That was your choice, innit? Right? But you should have the decency, because really, if it's gonna affect anyone's life, it's gonna put anyone's life on pause. It's more so the mum than the dad, right? So at least you should have the decency that I've done the deed with Higgy, and Higgy has had baby. Higgy baby is now here. I need to be able to put something. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it was any of our kids, not that they're gonna do that, but I would believe that a responsible male will financially supply for their child. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
I think it's a mad concept. Like,
of
if
course.
I had a friend or a sibling, or I'll be looking at you a bit mad. Like, you're just gonna leave this child just to be raised, and it's you, just to be raised. You'll never know them.
Imagine your son coming to you saying, "Mum, I had an accident, and this girl." She's not it, and I don't want to have a baby with her, and she wants to have this baby.
Then you see, maybe you have the baby, maybe you can get custody, maybe you can do, what's wrong with her? What's the problem?
What, get custody? You don't want a child.
No, that's not an option. Not my child.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's not an option. Like,
you went there and you did the silly thing. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, you're trying to have your cake and eat it. You went somewhere, you went to Higgy, now, oh no, Higgy's done this, I now want to escape. Baby boy, it don't work like that.
In all truth, every party.
This is why the way they told me, if they touch you like this, I'm gonna tell my son, if they touch your finger like this, yeah, that's it. They're gonna. But it's true. So at least you can measure your risk. You can measure whether is it worth it with Higgy or is it not worth it with Higgy. Because you got a lot more in your mind when you're doing it.
I think it's important for. Because not most people you learn by getting burnt in it. That's how you learn. Do you understand? But I think it's important.
But you learn from other people's stories.
Yeah, but it's like it's very having a baby is very easy. It's not hard though. It doesn't take many times. One time it could happen. Like so, yeah, man. Everyone's got to do what they got to do. Or if the person said they want to hit the baby, then that's it. And if the person said they don't want the baby as well.
It's
tough. It's so tough.
Very tough.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
I came into this with one mindset. I'm a bit like, I don't know, like.
Because
what was the mindset?
Around.
What did you come in with
I came
it?
into it like, actually, why can't he? If you can have an abortion, why can't he too? Like.
But the baby's around. The child is a grown man.
Before it gets to that.
When in the discussion stages,
you sign a form and say, I don't want to give no money, knowing that there's going to be this child born, knowing that.
So okay,
that's
like,
a good one.
No, it's not financial abortion.
No,
it's terrible though.
But what it is now is an actual legal.
You're relieving your rights.
Yes,
to the child.
Relieving your rights to this child. I don't want any rights to this child. I didn't want this child.
Is that putting him up for adoption? Is that putting him up for adoption?
That's the equivalent of having an abortion for a man, because a man has no physical. Like
obviously, financial abortion doesn't exist.
Yeah.
This is something that we're.
Okay, so it's not a full.
No, I thought it was real.
That's why I said, wait, this financial abortion terminology.
It's just
cool.
Okay, so
makes sense. Thanks.
So basically, it seems like it's the guy putting the child up for adoption. to the mum only. They're relieving their parental rights.
They're giving them rights. Like,
they don't pay
themselves from this child. If that's your child, that's your business.
And it's just, but the thing is,
I think it's
but then it could be.
But it depends on what's wrong in his life.
Think of it like,
but if there's nothing wrong,
so he could be like the sperm donor. When you go to a sperm bank and you give sperm, you've got millions of kids that people can.
Let me not lie to you, that's a completely different ballgame.
Why is it different?
You go there knowing that you're going to raise a child yourself. You go there knowing that, okay, this is how I plan to do.
Okay, when you
it's
had
different.
Sex, you didn't know.
It's very planned when you go and get a sperm donor. It's very different when you have an accident.
Wait. No.
So stop that.
Unless you intentionally went there to get pregnant by this one particular guy.
Okay.
Maybe the mullah is shining.
Okay.
No, but that's different. That's different. That's very planned. More times accident.
If you don't know that you're going to get pregnant, right, and you have a conversation very early on, within time to do whatever you need to do, and he says, listen, I'm not going to be involved in this child's life. I don't want a child right now. I don't want, this is not what I came here for. Yes, I know accidents happen, but it's not what I want. And I'm willing to give away those rights. You as a woman can now make the decision of, okay, I'm going to go forward with this child, i.e. I'm going to go to my sperm bank and collect the sperm, and I know I'm raising this child by myself, or I'm going to have an abortion or have the morning after pill or take whatever it is I need to do so that we don't have to have this issue. And then you part ways and go about your business. Those are the choices that you make. And that's why, to me,
and you know what?
If you have a conversation, a man should be able to say, I don't want this to happen.
Yeah,
and then you make if you make that choice.
Sorry, don't come. Keep your belt, your jeans, your zip, everything up. I'm so sorry.
I think that we need to assess.
No, man.
We're letting inside.
Yeah.
Because
come on. Exactly. What are we talking about here? I'm so sorry.
And
like,
when you think about it,
no.
Women are now having children that now the dad doesn't want to know them, and it's bringing up a child that's now having these other issues with daddy doesn't want to know me, he's not in my life, and it's bringing up so many kind of like breakdowns in personality disorders and the rest of it. You see so much mental health with young people with breakdowns in relationships.
But then I think that also depends on how the mum is raising them and what the mum is telling them.
Regardless how you raise.
No way. But like I said, there's people that go to a fertility clinic and they get implanted.
Yeah, it's very different though.
That situation, what do you say? You don't know who the father is.
Yeah.
But
those people normally when you go to a sperm donor, your life is like quite set up. You're ready to have a child.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. Your mindset, your finances, everything is structured.
I'm talking about in terms of what Tika is in terms of raising the child so that they're well-rounded. Like that part, it doesn't matter how much finances you have. It's what you're saying to this child, how you're interacting with this child.
But someone that an accident. You know, a prepared one, you've already prepared your talk tracks. You've already got your support system. You knew you were going to raise this child alone. Whereas an accident now, it's like you may not be, or you may be prepared. It depends. Some people wise up quick. Some people it's crushing, it's crumbling, it's a lot.
But then, like again, devil's advocate, not a devil. But even the person that goes to the sperm bank, they may think they have it all together, and the child comes. They have it all too.
It's very
there's both sides of a coin of every situation. What I'm saying is, let's just not assume that it's one way when actually it could be another. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do think that the parent who went to, or the mother who went to a sperm donor, can come back to their child and say, do you know what? They're having difficulties having children. This is, they really wanted a child. I really wanted you. This is what I do. Exactly when they get older. The other one is very different when you're as a child. Hold on. When you're hold on. As a child, you're growing up and you're asking your mum, where's your dad? And you have to say, well, he said he wants a financial abortion, or he said he didn't want to be involved, or it's very different. At some stage, you have to tell the truth. At some stage, the truth is going to come out. That's why I said you can't. It's not the same. You can't compare the two.
I was ready to be a mother. I really wanted you, but that wasn't the case for your dad at that time. I don't know what the situation is now. I don't have any contact.
This is exactly, but this is the point. Yeah, but regardless how you have that conversation, Debbie, it is different. It is different.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
It's tough. But you deal with you play the cards that you're dealt with. Maybe this is the part.
Exactly, but that's what Takoni's saying, that sometimes it brings children who have personality disorders, because they're forever.
Personality disorder, if you're having
come on. So it doesn't matter if you have a conversation.
There's no financial bullshit, and your dad lives in this borough, and he pays the money every month.
Yeah, we're not disputing that, but we're talking about when their parent isn't, and it's been caused from that.
I don't know.
There's a root issue to every disorder, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this one is because of the dad that doesn't want me.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
If you don't get financial abortion, the dad may not still want the child.
Hello.
Yeah, the child may not still. That's why I'm saying, at the end of the day, if you do with Higgy baby, come do what you gotta do.
You know what? Be careful. Everyone, just be careful,
100%.
please, because accidents happen. And when accidents happen, either part you may feel shagged. That's it.
And think about raising a child in this world, like it's a lot. And if
It is a lot.
now saying no, I don't want nothing to do with it, and not helping you in any sense.
But if you're in that predicament already,
all the way back, when he smiles at you and he gives you the hey, you two, you look at him and say, "Are you ready to have children?"
I didn't say.
If he laughs with you, he's like, you're funny, alright, cool, yeah, but some guys will be like, yeah, I'm ready to have kids, what are you? And you know that, okay, your banter is incorrect, you've spoken about children.
No, have the conversation seriously, not banter.
Also, not seriously, but you know, like, find ways to break
You need to find out. I agree.
It's like, should the worst happen, and by chance we get pregnant,
What's the plan? Exactly.
It's worth having a conversation.
100%.
We want that.
100%.
Because it's true, people will surprise you.
And you will know from that conversation, you will know if it's yes or no.
There's a future or there's no
And
future.
as a man that's saying,
They're highly likely.
There's a Russell.
I was gonna say, even a man, it might be that he's saying no because of his career and other stuff, or he's just saying no because it's you.
You don't like you.
That one is really sad.
And how is he saying
How
no?
sad that is.
You know what's even sadder? If he says no to you, but he's happy family somewhere.
Oh, not even that. After 2 months of
It does.
maybe break up with the next minute, he's married.
He wasn't ready for A, but he was ready for B. It happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Please, yeah, this is why you just don't sell yourself the short straw.
Yeah.
We have to be wise up. Like, you need to, I don't know how to put it, like, don't just manage or just about get by in a relationship. You need to be, someone used this terminology, I really liked it, the jewel encrusted egg. Delicate but jewel encrusted. Like, you need to look after me. Someone used that and I loved it. You need to know that you're everything to this person and they're everything to you, because otherwise the risks are just they're too extreme. Do you know what I mean? But if you are raising a child by yourself, honestly, I commend you, commend you to the absolute T, because it is not easy, and I think it's so easy in one season of life you can think I can do this, another season you're probably thinking I can't, because parenting just different things at different times. It's a roller coaster. It's not easy, like, but if you are doing it, man, honestly, we rate you to the T. Well done, because it ain't easy, man.
Honestly,
it ain't easy.
Guys, we're gonna wrap it up for today, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.